Welcome to series number 4, which is our scooping series. This is one of my favorite series. I've completed this several times. The importance of this series and what we're going to do is, again, we are going to be using all common household objects. What we have here is a measuring cup with a handle, a spoon, a scoop, and a measuring cup. What we're going to do is we're going to do several repetitions of each activity using a different tool. And then what I'm going to ask Stacy is which one felt easiest, which one felt hard. And at home, I want you guys to think about that too. Again, you're going to be consulting your occupational therapist to see how you can incorporate this into your rehab. So the first one that we're going to use is a measuring cup with a handle. Stacy's going to take it in her affected hand. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't have as much function that Stacy does, and you're really trying to promote normal movement patterns, you're going to do a hand over hand. So she's going to come in, she's going to scoop, she's going to come out, and she's going to dump. So we're going to do between 5 or 10 repetitions of that. And that's great because she's putting in her other hand to give it a little bit of support. That looks great. So remembering that when you do this, that the amount of pasta that you put in there is going to be a way to strengthen your arm. So if you have some weakness in your arm, you want to make sure that you don't put as much pasta in there, or if you're trying to build strength, the more pasta you put in, the better. So Stacy's looking great as she's doing this. If she was having some difficulty, I would put my hands on her, and you don't have to, but you do want to kind of promote that normal movement pattern. I'm going to have Stacy do this one a couple more times. And you'll be surprised, I don't know if Stacy will agree, but digging into that, the resistance is building you up some strength as you go in here. Now, right in the bicep. Now, I chose to use pasta. You could use rice. I feel like the pasta is a little bit easier to clean, but there is also rice that would actually add that resistance as well. All right, so that's looking good, Stace. What I'm going to do is I am going to take this one. I am going to dump this back in here, and I am going to have you use the scoop. And remember, these are just a couple different suggestions. This is plastic. I would probably stick with plastic. It's a little bit lightweight. It's a little bit easier. You can focus on a couple different hand positions. We want you to use your arm. We want you to get your arm back into function. So you have to be a little bit creative in ways of making that happen. And if you ever question where the hand should go, put it in the other hand, see what that hand does, and then try to mimic that on the other side. So let's see how you do with the scoop. I'm going to have Stacy do cleanup later. No, I'm just kidding. So, and that might be another thing to think about too in terms of which, device or tool that you like to use, because if the pasta's coming out, it could be a little bit of frustration, but we're here to have fun. So let's just have fun. If it gets a little messy, no big deal. We can pick that up quite easily. How's that feeling? So, I don't know, is it a little bit harder, a little bit more awkward?
It could be, yeah, I'm not as coordinated with this one. I think I'm focusing on not dumping it, but it's engaging my arm a little bit differently with this one.
It is, and that's what I like about using different tools, is you're going to get different movements in your arm to build strength. And what you will is your body will do those movements to help make the activity successful. So we'll put that one over here. Yeah, over there is fine. I'm going to dump this, and I'm going to have Stacy try the measuring cup. I'm going to pick these up quickly. And let's see how she does with that. Now, again, with this exercise too, Stacy's kind of staying in this small little range. What she could do if she wanted to is she could scoop. She could do a little bit of elbow flexion if she wanted to bring it up, and then she could come back down. But what's so cool about this is everything that we have here is everything that you should be able to find in your home. Very inexpensive, easy to get a hold of, and again, it allows you to incorporate your hand into function. This one's looking pretty good. How's this one feeling?
Less messy.
So maybe instead of this big scoop, we do have a couple other scoops over there. We could have used a smaller one. That would have been a little bit easier for you to manage. Or if you had bigger bins, you could use bigger bins, and you could get stronger movements. But this is looking great.
Using this muscle and the side muscle too. So every time I use a different tool, it's different muscles.
And again, you know what? I'm having Stacy stand while she does this. It's going to make it a little bit easier, but the activity can also be completed seated. I think you just have to make sure that the position and the height of the activity, go ahead and take a break if you need to, is where it needs to be. Really important is setup. So again, you're going to be consulting therapists, you're going to be making sure that everything is set up just appropriate for you. But this is looking great. So Stace, out of these three, remember which one felt the easiest, because we're going to do the spoon next. Now I've grabbed a rather large spoon. I don't know why I chose this big gigantic spoon, but I did. So what Stacy's going to do is she's going to scoop, and then she's going to place it over here. You could change where you have the bowls. You could make the bowls higher, lower, and again, then you'll be changing the activity. That's a big scoop. Yeah, and then she has to hold and she has to dump it. So I do like to incorporate the spoon when I'm doing this. You also have a different grasp, and that's the other thing about using different types of objects at home, is you're going to grasp them differently. So you're going to put your hand in all different types of positions.
Sure, this is everything I would use if I was cooking at home. I'd use a measuring scoop, I'd stir,
That's right. Do you like to cook?
I like to cook. That's all I'll say.
We have to cook too, so that's one of the other things. But this is looking great. So which one do you feel felt the easiest for you?
I don't know if it was because I started off with this, with the measuring. I don't even know what you call it.
It's a measuring cup, with the handle, which is kind of cool. I actually found good success with that when you get that nice grasp on there. The other thing that you could do, just to work on a little bit of strengthening in the arm, is you could work on stirring. So Stacy could work on stirring, so then she's getting her whole arm in there. And the resistance, huh? Wow. That you feel when you're going to really be surprised on how you're going to build strength. Take rest breaks if you need to. I love how Stacy just threw in her other arm. It's okay to do that. Please, if your arm is getting tired, put the other arm and work that in. I'm going to have to give Stacy a rest break after this 7 minutes. Thanks for joining us for the scooping series. Have fun at home.